What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're gonna get into two different subreddits. One of them was suggested by a subscriber, Tamia Cook, who so kindly submitted her own story on the r/Reddit fairy subreddit. So I'm gonna get into hers first, and then two more from the Tales from Fast Food subreddit, which thank you for telling me about because I did not know about it. And then, rolling along with Sir Rob Wynn's suggestion, we're gonna get into three tasty stories from Tales from Tech Support. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. r/Tales from Fast Food. Parents should accompany their kids when ordering food. Posted by user TCookie88. Hi Reddit Fairy, love your vids. Oh, thank you. I love you too. Here's the first post I made to Tales from Fast Food. First time posting to this sub, and now that I know it exists, it will be my home. Yes! Okay, I love it. One morning at my bulk store while I was helping customers, a kid about 9 comes up with a $20 bill and orders 2 bags of chips that together cost $1.78. He hands me the 20, and as I'm gathering his change, he walks away. I try to call him back, but he keeps walking, and it seems like he doesn't hear me. I see him walk to his mom, who's in line to pay for other items she's got from the rest of the store. They're too far to hear me call after them, and I couldn't leave the other people I was serving, so I set his change and receipt under the register because I thought his mom would make him come back, and if not, I'll catch them before they leave. My section was right next to the exit. 10 minutes later, I was right. He comes back, and I give him his change and receipt. 15 minutes after that, my manager pulls me away and tells me that the woman complained that I refused to give her son his change and told her son that he doesn't get any change. I explained my side, but my managers have to review the security tapes anyway. They see I was telling the truth. The next day, the woman comes back threatening to sue, but we offer to show her the tapes to prove her son left his change, and at that point, she drops her accusation and leaves. Moral of the story: please stay with your child when ordering items. Or teach them to be truthful, because I'm pretty sure that the kid just was embarrassed, like I said in the comments. I'm pretty sure that the kid was just embarrassed that he forgot to get his change, and instead thought maybe, I don't know, you don't know what that kid's situation is at home. Maybe his mom beats him or something, so he didn't want her to think that he did something wrong, so he blamed it on you instead. But yeah, should definitely teach her kid to not lie. That's a start. Thank you so much for submitting that story, though. I love subscriber-submitted stories. All right, moving on to the next one. The world's shortest term memory, Tales from the Second Window. Posted by user Nate Heavens. Back again. Here's that link with previous posts here. You guys can scroll down to the description and find the link to this story, and then you can go and see the other stories for this story. All right, here we go. This one made me so angry. I really don't understand how someone does this. I mean, maybe they were super high? I don't know. It's 3:45 a.m. This particular night was insidiously stressful, with numerous voids both before and after end of day. So I was already really angry and stressed by this point. We're preparing to shut down the broiler and start preparing for breakfast when we get a car. Me: thank you for choosing us. My name is Nathan. May I take your order? Customer: yeah. Can we get the 2 for $5 fibbers with cheese, extra hot, cut in half, 2 large fruit punches, and 2 large fries? Me: anything else? Customer: that's it. Me: second window, please. The customer proceeds to sit at the drive-thru menu for a good 5 minutes before coming to the window. Customer, now at the window, hands me a coupon for a 10-piece nugget and a large fry. Yeah. Can we get this and 2 small Cokes? Me, confused: along with your other order? Customer: what other order? Me, knowing that I'm going to have yet another void. The 2 fibbers, 2 fruit punches, and 2 large fries. Customer, we didn't order that. We want this. Of course, I voided out their previous order, angrily, and told the cook, who was absolutely livid, that he had to cook some fresh nuggets in a fryer that had fresh oil and were just turned on. Thankfully, he wasn't pissed at me, but at the customers for being fucking assholes. Ugh, retail, fast food, man, those are the real heroes. The people that work in those fields, those are the real heroes. And well, I mean, police are really heroes too, but that's just goes without saying. I'm talking about the unspoken heroes of fast food, the ones that deal with sociopaths and psychopaths and masochists or not masochists, I'm sorry. Well, you never know. Sadists, definitely, but oh, you guys are heroes. Especially my Timmy's people. My Tim Hortons people, I love you guys so much. I want a twist. Posted by our favorite TCookie88. I work in a warehouse store that sells all types of items. I'm in the cafe, just a typical day at work. Elderly man stands up from where he was sitting. I see him approach the counter. Me. Good afternoon, sir. Are you number 65? Him. I don't have a number. Me. I'm afraid I can't take orders up here. All orders must be done through the ordering kiosk. I can assist you if you need any help. Him. I already made an order. Me. Oh? What's your number? Him. I don't have a number. I got a twist. At the time, there was one order placed that hadn't been collected. 2 Polish dogs and a 4-berry sundae twist. Me. Is it just the twist? Him. I got a twist. Me. What's the full order? Him. I got 2 hot dogs and a twist. Noting that some people say hot dogs when they mean Polish dogs, and the fact that he's been asking for a twist from the moment he walked in, and that is also a part of his uncollected order, I give it to him. Me. Okay, sir. Your number was 65. Here you go. I slide his food closer to him. Him. I wanted a twist. Me. This is a 4-berry twist. Did you not want the 4-berry topping? Him. It's not a twist. I wanted a twist. Me. I can remake it without the sauce. Him. What is this? He points to the vanilla part and says, why isn't there more chocolate? Me. Did you want a chocolate 4-berry? Him. I wanted a twist. Me. Sir, a twist is a mixture of chocolate and vanilla. If you want a chocolate 4-berry, I can make one. Him. Can you give me another cup so I can share this with my wife? Me. Okay. I hand him an empty yogurt cup. Him. Do I not get spoons or do I drink this? Me. Spoons are found in the condiment station. I point, and he leaves. I just saw somebody's comment. Arlie1522 says, how do us fast food people not commit homicide on a daily basis? Yeah, I would think that you would see more of this in the news, of just fast food people just losing their shit. And I honestly wouldn't blame you for that at all. None whatsoever. All right, now we're going to get into 3 from r/TalesFromTechSupport. And the first one's called Irate Pizza Store Owner. Posted by user BPeaceful2019. I've been reading a lot of these lately and wanted to share the only story that really stands out to me. For a little background, I work in a local telephone company in a small town. This company is based in said town. We offer home phone, internet, cable, and security systems. We'll call this company Small Telco. I've been there in tech support 2 years this month. However, this story takes place about 6 months after I first started, when I was still on day shift. It is important to note that if a customer requires a tech visit, aka trouble ticket, Businesses are almost always same day, and residential is same day if you call before 12 p.m. or next day after that. So here I am waiting for my next call when the phone rings. I answer, and the gentleman, already a little loud and belligerent, says his internet is down at his business and he is now unable to process credit card payments. I get his information, pull up the account, and see that it is a fairly new local pizza place in the next town over. I pull up his modem to take a look, and every single level on it that could be bad was bad. At this point, I ask him if they have changed anything recently, but the answer was no. We do a little more troubleshooting, resetting from my end, power cycling the modem and router, unplugging and resetting the coax cable, but every time the levels still come up as bad. At this point, I inform him that we will have to put in a ticket to have a tech come out. At this point, it is important to note what I said about wait times earlier. Business is normally same day. However, this guy was a special case. We are a local business ourselves, and sometimes to help out the new local businesses, our CSRs will allow the business to have a residential account. It's a little cheaper and helps local businesses stay in town. That is the case with this guy. It is also around 1:30 at this point, which means it would more than likely be the next day before a tech could go out. I inform him of this, and he blows up. I let him know, I'm sorry, but there are people that had called in before him that had issues just as important. He ends up cursing me out and demanding my supervisor, who told him the same thing as I did. The next day was very slow, so I decided to look at the ticket and see if it has worked yet. It was. I looked under the tab that tells what the problem was. Customer cut coax cable and installed their own splitter. Apparently, they did not do it correctly. The best part is, because he lied about changing anything during the call, and the fact that the issue was caused by something he did, he was charged $75 for the service call. Also, because he was so rude. I'm pretty sure they switched him to a business account, which gave him a higher rate, but a tech could get out same day in the future. This is what I mean, why bother lying? Why lie? It only hurts you in the end. And sometimes others. But first and foremost, that lie is just going to come back and bite you in the ass. So just be honest. We can help you fix things a hell of a lot quicker if you are just fucking honest with us. Oh boy, moving on. If an app is presented in a forest, but there's no phone around to display it, does it make sense? Posted by user Pinky0926. This one is on me, to be honest. We have a web portal software package with a progressive web app that, for all intents and purposes, is an app. It does app things. You can download it from the App Store. It has notifications and stuff. It'll work on pretty much any smartphone. With that said, it was originally designed as a web portal, and what you see on the app is exactly what you see when you log in on a web browser. It's just been responsively designed to fit all the boxes onto a small screen in a way that makes sense. So I demo this software frequently to existing clients that don't have it yet and to prospective clients. And the easiest way to demo this for 10 people in a room is on a big screen in the browser. So I open it in Chrome and go through all the features and functionality that way. I explain at the start that this is an app that you can download from the App Store and carry on. And time again, I will get a response like this. The managing director or ops manager or CEO, whichever bigwig it is, will lean back slowly at the end of my spiel, put his hands together and say, "Okay, this is all very good. However, what we need is an app. Everything is about apps now in 2019. We want our clients to be able to use this on their phones on the go. Do you have an app?" And every time I have given the same response. Yes, it is an app. Let me show you. Since pulling it out on my phone is impractical in this big meeting room with so many people, at that point I will click the Restore Down button to the top right of the browser, grab the edge of the browser window, and shrink it down to the rough dimensions of a phone. As I do this, all the elements contract and move about as you'd expect. as I said to begin with, this software will work on any device, so really regardless of whether you use it on an iPhone or Samsung Galaxy or an iPad or whatever, it is exactly the same suite of software as I've been showing you. And generally, the response to this is pretty tepid. Some people look unconvinced, others confused. Maybe one or two will get it. This continued to happen in pretty much every demo until I discovered a trick. In F12 developer tools, you can cycle through specific smartphone dimensions. What I didn't know is that this can also show you a frame around the window to mock a physical smartphone. I mean, it will literally look like the edges of an iPhone button and bezel and everything. Toggling this on in front of clients and the penny finally drops. Oh yeah, this is great. Exactly what we need. An app. So, okay, I'm a little bit confused by this one because if you said there's problems with it, that it looks too much like a web portal interface, why not tweak the app so it looks more app-ish? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a tech company, like why would you have like just one version for all devices? You know there's going to be incompatibility issues, you know like things are going to break. I don't know. I would think that it would be a better idea to just make it like a full-fledged app. I mean, I know they say it is an app. Of course it's an app. I mean, make it look more app-like is what I'm saying. I don't know, but that's pretty funny. People are all about appearances these days. Jeez. And the last story of the day is called When Help Desk Really Means Help Us, Not We'll Help You. Posted by user Not Your Nanny. On my recent trip to the two stores we bought that are 300 miles away from the home office and home, I had many tasks to perform. But when I arrived, I found that I couldn't perform some of them at one of the stores because it had been offline for 3 days. The telco in question is, hands down, the worst company in the world. If you've dealt with them, you know who I'm talking about. If you haven't, you should praise the heavens at your good fortune. They were saying at the time that despite this business account being offline for 3 days already, it would be the next day before they could have a tech on the scene. But they managed to get someone out that day anyway. They couldn't tell the truth even when it would make us happy. I suspect they grabbed the first janitor they could find and sent him out just to shut us up. He was even more inept than usual, even for the worst telco in the world. So the tech arrives, and I get a call to run up there from the other store to keep an eye on things, I guess. I arrive to find him fumbling helplessly, trying to reprogram the modem. Yeah, it's on bonded DSL, and there's no other option available because it's that telco. At this point, in chatting with the store manager, who had been working with their help desk, I found out that while there was a probably windstorm-related outage 3 days ago, the real problem now was that the help desk had told him to do a factory reset on the modem, which set it to DHCP, when we had to have a static IP for the VPN. So the help desk insisted the circuit was up and running, but nothing worked because the modem had a different IP than what our firewall was using as a gateway. And that was somehow our fault. So the tech is standing there with a document on his table with detailed instructions on how to reprogram the modem and all the network settings needed, which was also on a label on the modem itself. And he had absolutely no clue what to type into where. I literally had to point to each text box on his table and tell him, type this number in there. 5 minutes later, we were back online. Oh my god. I've when I worked for a large company that basically provided offshore support for other companies, like big companies, I supported a very large internet TV phone provider in the States, who shall remain nameless. But for a while after I was dealing with just the techs, the repair techs, the install techs, the line techs, all those guys, And they didn't really like some of them. Some of them, I won't say all of them, but some of them really didn't like being told what to do by a woman. Like, people that are like, some businesses, right? They need bridge mode. They have to have their modem in bridge mode because they use a router as basically the bridge to their internet. So everything runs off of the router instead of the modem. The only purpose of the modem is to provide the router with internet, really. But some phone companies, I don't know what happens on their end. They reset the modem. They like factory reset the modem from their side. They changed the PPPoE credentials. So we have credentials programmed into the router that have to match the credentials that are programmed as for the PPPoE into the modem itself so that they can communicate with each other. But some companies like to just fucking reset that shit for some reason and then give you a hard time when you call back and say, I need you to change it back to this. And they're like, just change it on the router. Well, no, bitch, because at the place I worked, they charged the customer to have to reconfigure the router. So the easiest thing to do would be to call the service provider, since they don't charge to do things like that. Call the service provider and get them to change it on their end. But oh my god, but I'm gonna say, this company that rhymes with hell, they are the worst. They are the worst for doing this to customers. They're so bad, and they're so bad at like rectifying the problem. They're so horribly trained. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. I have not yet talked to one hell agent that knew what they were doing. Not one. Most of the time I have to tell them how to do their job. It's really sad. Guys, give me a job. I'll make your I'll make your company better. They're not gonna hire me after me calling them hell and saying all their tech support sucks. Oh no. Whatever. Alright, my dudes, that's all the stories I have for you today. I know it's a little shorter than usual, but it's Saturday, it's beautiful outside. I don't want to spend it all inside editing a video, so I made it a little bit shorter, and I really wanted to look into that Tales from Fast Food subreddit too. So thank you guys so much for your suggestions, and keep them coming. I love it. So, hey, if you like the video, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. You guys have no idea how much it helps me out when you guys like the videos and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon to be notified when I drop another video in the future, because you don't want to miss them, right? And as always, the links to these stories will be in the description, so head on over to Reddit and show those users some love with some upvotes. You know they deserve it. And while you're in the enchanted land of Reddit, head on over to r/RedditFairy and submit your stories, my dude. Because today, I think I just proved it. It'll show up in my episode if you post it. So until next time, have a great day, my dudes, and I will see you in the next one.
Da ba da, da ba dee,